You don't go to porn because you don't love your spouse enough. Far from it. You go to porn because you don't love yourself enough. You don't like you. You don't like who you are and who you see in the mirror. And so you fear being rejected by the people around you, by your wife, by your husband. And so what you end up doing is you go to porn, which is a relationship you think you can control of consistent intimacy, which is into me you see, but you never feel really known, which is why you feel so much shame. So it steals energy, it steals time, it steals opportunity. It also steals money from your life. People don't see it that way, but porn steals so much money. And you might be like, dude, I've never spent $1 or a dime or a penny on porn. It's not stealing any money from me. On the contrary, you're not paying it maybe deliberately with money in your bank, but you are paying for it through lost opportunity of being able to create more money.
You like this, you like being daddy around the microphone stuff. You like being a worker. You're made for the camera. Both my boys are.
Hey, this video you are about to watch is a part of a series where I show you how to quit porn the right way. So do yourself a favor, binge on all of this content, all the videos that you possibly can, because who knows, maybe if the value and the trust is built together over this journey, you'll want to jump into a community that I call Fit for Family. Or maybe you think these videos suck, and that's also fair too. But nonetheless, there's only one way for us to find out. So enough of me, let's get back to serving you and let's get back to the video. One way to help build a case to help you quit porn quicker is by documenting and explaining or sharing about all of the ways it's actually destructive to you in your own life. And so it's going to be different if you're single versus if you're married, but the idea still applies on how it could affect you, how it could affect your world, the people around you, the opportunities that you have in front of you. Because I remember a fallacy, a lie that I believed from the devil when I was struggling with porn that said, this isn't affecting anybody but me. This is only affecting me, which to me at that point in time, I was just like, I don't care about me. Matt is a piece of crap. He's a turd. He doesn't matter. He has no significance. He's not lovable. So I was okay with suffering. But I was very, very, very aware of my social constructs, of my social interactions. And the last thing I would have wanted it to do was to damage or hurt the people around me. And I didn't know that it was. I didn't know that since they were getting an alternate version of me, that they were missing out on experiencing God in and through my life, or my friends, or my connections, or how I played in sports, and so on and so forth. And so one thing that I think can be really helpful is when we articulate and become aware of how destructive porn is in our life. Now, if you're married, I want you to talk about and even write down and journal and process or share with your group, share with your friends, the people you invited into this journey with you, like how destructive porn is in your marriage. And I can share some examples on how I know it to be destructive in general, but I want you to articulate what these are for you, because porn inside of a marriage, it breaks down trust. Fundamentally, the only thing that you and I have as a backbone in any relationship is trust. The way that you feel towards someone is about how much trust they have with you. The way you let someone influence you is about how much trust you have for them. And I know that I've heard people say in marriage that trust is lost in buckets and that it's gained in droplets. And that's something that we don't want to break apart, because it's the fabric of what's holding the relationship together. I know the porn inside of a marriage, man, it'll destroy the intimacy, the connection, the vulnerability. I know that it creates an irritability and frustration within a man towards himself and in his marriage that his wife can feel. She can feel the weight of that frustration. I know that inside of a marriage, when someone's struggling with porn, they can see that when their wife knows about it, okay, so there's two sides. Their wife knows about their struggle with porn, but she's comparing herself now. She feels insecure. She feels less than. She doesn't trust. She feels insecure. She is constantly in a state of like, does he want me? Am I good enough? Does he love me? Now, the real clincher is recognizing that you go to porn, and it could be for the man as well. If the woman's struggling with porn and the man feels it, so it goes both ways. But you don't go to porn because you don't love your spouse enough. Far from it. You go to porn because you don't love yourself enough. You don't like you. You don't like who you are and who you see in the mirror. And so you fear being rejected by the people around you, by your wife, by your husband. And so what you end up doing is you go to porn, which is a relationship you think you can control of consistent intimacy, which is into me you see, but you never feel really known, which is why you feel so much shame. So it steals energy, it steals time, it steals opportunity. It also steals money from your life. People don't see it that way, but porn steals so much money. And you might be like, dude, I've never spent $1 or a dime or a penny on porn. It's not stealing any money from me. On the contrary, you're not paying it maybe deliberately with money in your bank, but you are paying for it through lost opportunity of being able to create more money, more opportunity, more value in the marketplace to actually have a higher earning potential. Because if you were to spend, let's just say 10 hours a week on porn, okay? That's 40 hours a month. Do the math on what that is in years, and you're recognizing that you are missing out on 40 hours a month of full-time work that you could be doing. Maybe you could be selling something on Etsy. Maybe you could be learning a skill that will pay dividends in the future. Maybe you could be doing something else to contribute to your life. So you're essentially paying for it with your time. And if you, let's just say, make $20 an hour, and then 10 hours a week you're spending on porn, right? That's like $200 that you're missing out on. I apologize if my math is off. I think it's, let me grab my phone here. Hold on, guys. I got to be that guy. So we're going to do the math together. So 20 times 10. Yeah, it was $200. What ain't but a thing. I'm smart. I didn't even go to college. I barely graduated math past grade 10, but we did it. So then if you do the math right there, and let's just say that's 40 hours a month, okay? At $20 an hour, that's $800 a month. Imagine that if you had $800 a month extra in your bank account, what that would do for you. Now, not only that, you multiply that over a whole year, that's $9,600 a year. If you got given a check at the end of every year for almost $10,000 because you didn't go to porn, and you got that just by being porn free, you'd be so stoked, wouldn't you? You'd be like, heck yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. I see how it's going to affect my life. I see what's going to better. I could go on a vacation with my family. We maybe get a new vehicle, invest it, get into real estate, put it into the business, put it into, a savings account for our kids, whatever that might be. You'd see the value of you making that back. Now, because $9,600 is the time spent on porn for you, you don't see that immediately, but you're paying for it through lost opportunity. Now you do that for 10 years and that's $100,000, but that's only if you're going to porn 10 hours a week. And that's only if you're spending, and your time is worth $20 an hour. Now, depending on your career and what you're doing, you might be like, oh, well, I'm in college and I have no job, so it's not costing me anything. No, not true. Because what about the degree in which you want to get? What about the time that you're spending on porn where you could be putting it into your studies? You could be doing it to become more productive. Guys, we're not even talking about all the intangibles, like the acceptance, the pride, the confidence, the feelings of love, of true security, of feeling open, of feeling connected, of feeling seen, all of these sorts of things, right? Where we can go vulnerable or friends. We're not even talking about any of that right now. We're literally just talking about what it's costing you and how much this is financially binding you in order to stay addicted. That's a sobering thought that you're like, dang, I could actually be applying my time, my energy elsewhere into growing things. I've had staggering conversations with people where they're like, dude, I am leaving so much money on the table. Think about it this way. In your job, could you get a promotion in the next year, make more money if you weren't addicted to porn at all? The amount of people that have told me that they do not have the promotion, the success, the business growth, all of these things, they haven't taken their music to where they want to go or acting because of porn. It's insane. I remember an actor friend of mine, he was just starting to act, and he told me that the biggest reason for him quitting porn is because he wanted to get more acting roles. And he couldn't with the shame of porn. He knew he needed to be confident, and he was the product. He had to sell himself. And I was like, dude, that's amazing. I was like, once you quit porn, this will catapult your career. I'm seeing the dude in movies with A-list celebrities. If I were to say their names, you'd know who they are. And he's in the films with them now because he quit porn and because he opened up doors of opportunity. So I want you to almost see what this is costing you in the here and now if you don't deal with this, what it's currently costing you in your marriage, in your relationships, in your walk with God. Write it all down. Get very, very familiar with this, because when you're disconnected from what this is robbing from you, you build up a tolerance. You build up an apathy. You build up a sense of, no big deal. It doesn't matter. And it is a big deal, and it really does matter. And so all those ways, I want you to see like, wow, this is what it's stealing from me, because it's going to help you declare war on this thing. Again, it's not a battle. This is a war that you need to win and you need to crush and put down forever. But if you don't see how Goliath is taunting and destroying and ruining your nation, you're going to let him run rampant. And so I want you to build a case for yourself on why this thing is absolutely destroying you. And I want you to share it with the group. I want you to get vulnerable. I want you to get honest. I want you to let go of the walls, the facade, share it, put it in the group with the people that you're surrounded with, that love you, that know you, that are wanting to build trust with you, because they're doing the same thing. They're going to be sharing the exact same stuff back and forth. And this is an opportunity for you to be like, this is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call if you allow it to be. So enter into that, get super honest, get super intentional, share about how much this is destroying your life, because it's going to help give you understanding, clarity, and empowerment to be like, all right, now what else can we do about this to make sure we stop? So do that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
What's up? My name is Jordan. I'm coming at you from the Lost Ranch Ruins in Phoenix, Arizona. And before joining the Untamed Academy, that's exactly what I was. I was lost with my journey with porn and lustful thoughts, and just wasn't being the man that I wanted to be. And I was kind of skeptical of the program at first, because I had tried everything to get over those and nothing seemed to work. It always came back into my life, and this was kind of my first step of taking ownership. And after that first ad of Matt's and doing the first couple of calls with him, I came to realize that porn was a symptom of something much deeper going on inside me. I realized that I was struggling with self-worth. I had shame from my past, and I wasn't handling my emotions very well. So from talks with Matt, talks with other guys in the program, and going through the course material, I was really able to step back and connect to my heart, figure out the origins of those thoughts in my past, and almost relive them, but bringing God into the moment and God's grace, and just speaking God's truth into that moment, and really kind of doing a mindset shift of what was going on during that time. So ever since that first ad, I have been porn free, and I know that it won't be a part of my life again, because I have attacked the root of the problem. I've taken ownership for my life, become the man that I want to be. Those temptations, urges, lustful thoughts, they don't drive my life anymore. So if you were in the same boat that I was in, and you are struggling with porn, you've tried all these things, don't know how to get over it, I highly recommend that you connect with Matt and get to the root of the problem and join this journey with us. We'd love to have you.
Hey, real quick, if you like that video that you just saw, or if you want to see even better videos than this in a series that I made called Annihilate Porn to help guys or girls like you quit porn, you can subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't forget any alerts, comment, like, all that jazz, and more importantly, check out the next video that's going to take you even further on the journey from where you are to where you want to be. I love you tons. I'll catch you in the next one.